In the Woods Alone, The Art of Letting Go. What was that? I'm gonna just let that go and talk about what's going to be happening in this video. In this video, I will be speaking about 5 principles of letting go while showing my experience painting in the woods. Whoever, whatever that was, asked me to do a trick of some sort. So alright, you want to see a magic trick? Watch the wind. I don't know if you could see that, but the wind went still for like a second. I am now adjusting myself to finish this painting. At this point, I am checking my surroundings because all the random hooplas I keep hearing. That was a SpongeBob reference. There was nothing but space and opportunity for me to go investigate to see what or who that was, but I just decided to sit there and finish my skateboard, or at least continue to paint it, even though I was still kind of wondering what that was that I heard. And I forgot to mention that I will be revealing somewhere in this video exactly what I'm painting. Some people may recognize it or actually realize the meaning towards it. Overall, I will connect the relation between the two somewhere in this video, so stay tuned. At this point, I decided to do what I always do whenever I start to feel a little unnerving, just to help relax myself mainly. And yeah, some of you may relate to this, and it really does help me. It's about to rain. It's about to rain. And I got deep within the forest and it started to rain again. It was hell, but it stopped, so everything's good. So much for that. I decided to climb on a rock that was a good amount of feet away from the ground. As I started to climb down closer towards the edge, I kind of realized how much higher it actually was. And you can't really tell from the angle that I have the camera, but the ground was actually a lot further. Like, it was a lot lower than what I expected to, especially being at the top of the boulder, which you can see that I'm actually checking that out during the video, realizing that I just climbed up here and it's a lot further. I'm stuck. Oh hey, maybe the stick will help me. Oh. At this point, I finally started to settle in and get my balance on the rock. It was actually, or boulder, whatever you want to call it. It was like really slanted, and I noticed that I was a lot higher than what I thought I was going to be. I don't know what I was thinking, but I just decided to continue to paint after I settled myself in, like I wasn't just about to fall. Even kicking my leg like nothing's wrong, you know? Just chilling. The art of letting go. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. Giving up is when you sell yourself short. And allow yourself to give in to the struggles and fear and limit your opportunities and keep yourself stuck. Letting go is when you free yourself from something that is no longer serving you. Letting go is self-care. Principle number 1 is acknowledging what it is you want to let go of. Things like resentment, fear, anger, etc. And then identifying what caused you to feel that way, whether that's from a situation that happened that you didn't like or someone did something that you didn't agree with. Then while you are experiencing that emotion, ask yourself if you are enjoying how you're feeling. The purpose of this is not to gaslight yourself. It's actually to let you know that you have a choice, which brings me to principle number 2. You can choose to hang on to negative emotions and unhealthy relationships, or consciously make the decision to let go. Letting go can be hard when you feel like someone has wronged you in some type of way, but if you put yourself in someone else's shoes, notice that it's all coming from a place of pain. This is kind of weird, but try reminding yourself of something you actually like about them. The purpose is to relieve any of those negative emotions that you're feeling towards that individual. Which leads me to principle number 3. Forgiveness is the key. When you have an understanding of a person's feelings and you're empathetic towards them, I would say most people feel better when they're altruistic towards another individual. It's important to be compassionate and to give up the wanting to know why things happen. things just happen. Making the choice to forgive and consciously take action to let go is a decision you're making for the betterment of yourself, not for anyone else. Doing so isn't condoning anyone's actions. All of this is to open your heart for love. It's a vital process of forgiveness. Principle number 4 is acceptance of what is. Accepting something doesn't mean that you have to like it. Acceptance makes life easier. It's literally the answer to all of your problems. You might think your problem is with someone or something else, but it isn't. Everything starts with you, as in what you have going on the inside. You can't change anything outside of yourself in terms of another person and certain types of situations. So the best thing is to worry about what you can control, your circumstances, by changing the way that you look at life, your outlook on life. The more that you practice this, the more that it will become a habit for you. It will become easier over time. This is not something that will change completely overnight. So do not get discouraged if you're finding that it doesn't change automatically. Change is something that takes time, and again, the more that you practice this, the more that you'll start to see the results. The last principle is being in the present moment. I'm going to explain to you what that basically means and ways that you can practice it. Like, for example, you see me in this video right here, putting up the peace signs. I'm just basically enjoying nature and enjoying myself as well. I definitely asked the tree for permission before I touched it, and then I just decided to enjoy whatever I was feeling in that moment. I then decided to touch the rock behind me as well. Yeah, alright now. That's enough touching. So being in the present moment is existing right in that moment. I learned about something called verbal mindfulness. An example of that is I can feel the texture of the skateboard and the grass that I'm sitting on currently. I can feel the wind blowing through my hair and on my face. And those are things that were happening right in that moment, which allow me to be in that moment, the present moment, versus holding on to something that happened 5 days ago and allowing that to reside in my mind, making more painful, deeper wounds, thus dwelling on it even more. And at that point, you are living in the past, which is a reality that no longer exists except you are allowing it to exist in your mind. Throughout this entire video, I was practicing being in the moment, which allowed me to get this result.